What is up, YouTube? This is Comics Unknown, and today we are breaking down X-Men issue number 1 by Jonathan Hickman. This is an awesome comic, so if you could leave a like, comment, or subscribe, it would be much appreciated. Alright everybody, so let's jump right in. This comic begins with everybody's favorite character, I'm sure, Scott Summers, aka Cyclops. It's a flashback and he's getting his red iconic sunglasses from Charles Xavier, and he is able to open his eyes for the first time in a long time. And that does give him hope. And then it cuts to the present where we have Storm and Cyclops. They're just wreaking havoc on the last Orca stronghold. They're cutting through these mercenaries, causing them to become so desperate. They're trying to come after them with suicide bombs or anything possible. They're trying to get in distance. One of them does get kind of close to Storm, and that's when Cyclops blasts them away just in time before anything can happen. And Cyclops even asks Storm, why would you let someone get that close to you? You would never do that. And she responds by saying, it's because I'm tired, but I don't know what I'm more tired of. These engines of death, or the men who keep insisting on making them. For years we've endured small wins we called incremental change, progress when what we really needed is a giant leap forward. These machines are the product of the greatest human minds on the planet, the very best they had to offer, but now they know no amount of ingenuity can stop what's coming. They can put a new painted coat on it, shine it up bright, but nothing will hide the fact that they've spent far too long passing off the past as the future. Yes, man should know when he is beaten. He should know how to break and run, or surrender and ask for mercy. And yet, I can't help but notice they're falling back instead of scattering. So either they're incredibly well trained or protecting something really important. Alright then, this is the beating heart of it. We've located their main hub. Sir, do you have a lock on our location? Yes. We're ready when you are. What the? Oh no. Magneto rips the roof off the top of the building and looks over at Polaris. I know that at times I can be overly demanding, but am I asking too much of a flawed world if I want no rubble, and certainly no rabble beneath my feet when they touch the ground? Of course not, Father. Allow me. As she rips up everything that's man-made. Magneto lands on the earth and looks over at the bunker and sees Cyclops trying to punch through a vibranium shield. He pulls up and says, "You cannot do this, step aside," as he starts pulling apart the vibranium shield. Inside the bunker, Dr. Mars. They are almost through, what should we do? How much redundancy do we have between this hub and the forge? There is an 80% overlap, so if we fall, our brothers and sisters will still retain a vast majority of the Orcus knowledge base. Should I begin purging the mainframes? Should I destroy the data core? And lose all the information forever? No. Better we make the ultimate sacrifice than to surrender 1 inch to these mutants. What is that? Evolution is an unyielding, unapologetic master. The truth is, we're too civilized to deal with these vandals. Will it hurt? Life hurts, Dr. Smith, but will I let a little pain, a little sacrifice stop me from protecting all these good works that I have done? Of course not. These monsters can have my science when they pry it from my cold, dead fingers. Magneto states, "We're through." What's that sound? It's like wild. Oh. On your right. Be careful, they're sure to be savvy. All these apes have PhDs. Magneto says, "Go, I'll take care of this. Find them." Deep inside the hub. There, stasis tubes. Goddess, there are over a dozen of them. How little they must think of themselves to treat others this way. Polaris and I will get them out. Make us a gateway, Storm. Storm pulls out the Thalauer and makes the gateway back to Krakoa. Which is very interesting just because I did not know she could control plants. I get she can control weather. She just basically like throws a beam at it and then it grows this plant and makes it a portal. Which is just something I didn't know. The Polaris declares that it's a human based on the tachyon bleed, but there's an atemporal development, so technically it's a post-human. And the individual states how they're very weak, and Storm responds with, "You're from the vault though, aren't you?" "I emerged before I was fully cooked, a child born out of time. But I had to, don't you see?" There are wild gods loose in this world. Magneto walks in. The only gods on this planet stand here before you, child. Cyclops. That was faster than I expected. The evolutionary throwbacks retain just enough of their humanity for things to quickly become tribal. After I asserted my dominance, it didn't take long for them to turn on one another. The post-human states, I have to go. Wait, don't, says Storm, as she burns a hole into the ground. Translocated that clever girl. Should we follow her, father? Yes, she couldn't have gotten far. The faster you... No, that's not our priority. If the council wants to make it one, we can deal with it later. But for now, we have more important things to do. Let's get these children home. And the X-Men do finish the mission and they head back to Krakoa, the living island, mutant nation state, which is an awesome concept we'll dive a lot more into later. But for now, Dr. Reyes receives all the new children that they... And Dr. Reyes, of course, is happy to have Storm's help. But Cyclops is like, are you sure? You've been sticking around for quite a while. It's been weeks. But she is definitely sure. She's tired of fighting, but she'll never be tired of lifting up their own. It's rain in the desert. It's life where there is none. Fair enough, but I'll check on you later, just in case. Magneto, tell us how you defeated the humans, Magneto. Tell us how you saved those children. Will you take us with you next time we want to fight with you? I've spent my life fighting so you would never have to fight, my child. I've wasted too much of my life at war with the humans, but it was worth it because now you have Krakoa, and Krakoa is all you will ever need. But what if the humans try and take it from us? I'm not afraid. I won't run. You won't have to, for I am Magneto. Let them run from me. Magneto, Magneto. It's like he's young again, says Polaris. I have to admit, it's getting a little embarrassing. Cyclops says he's waited a long time for this. We all have. You headed back home already? Yeah, Dad's in town. The whole family is there. Alex, too. You know you're welcome to come. Maybe next time, when the past is in the past and I'm not trying to find a way in a new land. Cyclops responds, it's something, isn't it? You know I remember the day my son was born. I remember the sheer terror of it. Not the idea of being a father. My God, I loved that idea. I had waited my whole life for that. It was thinking about what kind of world I had brought this precious, innocent child into, the horrors that my beautiful boy would have to see and endure simply because he was my son, of my blood, like me. And the worst part was, I was right. He did suffer. He did, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. All I could do was endure it. And try not to surrender. Try not to give up. I'll tell you, it was a close thing, surrendering to the world. Very close. But I held on. And look, I have you, and your father, and my family, and my boy, and we're home. Because I believed in a thing, and now it's real. Polaris responds, Scott? Yeah? Do you really believe that? Every single word of it. And the page switches over to the Orcus Forge. The Orcus was created to be the last gasp of the last generation, a doomsday weapon composed of human minds, the greatest ever assembled, free from the warring ideologies that have paralyzed the civilian worlds. We were scientists from S.H.I.E.L.D., AIM, Armor, and Alpha Flight. You also have a small army of hammer parasites and six infernal genetics from Hydra. Yes, well, there are lesser evils we tolerate for the greater good because, you see, what we do here is all that matters. Survival, for our enemy is the future, and this is what comes from forgetting that. Mutants. Just look at what they have done. The same sun that powers this station powers them, Director Devo. Your two races exist in a closed system. For now, any action you take, any action they take, will have repercussions on the other. Conflict was unavoidable. I've read Dr. Gregor's reports. I know you saw this disaster coming. Oh, the signs were there for anyone to see. We aren't all gifted with the machine brain of the Omega Sentinel Grima. Humans will always be slaves to our emotions. And in that spirit, we built the Forge as the last hope for humanity, a great refuge in case evolution saw fit to leave mankind behind. It's one thing to shake your fist at God, Director, but it's something else together to call down the thunder. Putting 93 million miles between you and the Earth was a human deterrent, not a mutant one. And placing a mother mold in orbit around the sun was always going to spark a response, Dr. Gregor was. The blame is mine, not hers. Dr. Devo says it was I who designed the uplift of the station based on the pre-existing Stark-Richards model, and it was I who adapted the Trask Sentinel template for celestial production. I only wish I could have been there to try and stop them. No, it's better that you were in transit. Humans need leaders, pack behavior is dependent on them. It's bad enough that Dr. Gregor was compromised, and that so many died, but losing you would have made this whole experiment pointless. And it transfers back to the Summer House mutant habitat, and Scott Summers is there with his father. Son, oh hey Dad, Jean asked me to come find you. Dinner's almost ready. When we all got to Krakoa, someone asked me where I wanted to live. I didn't really worry about it at first, we just hung out under the stars, happy to soak it all in. The more I thought about it, I really wanted a place with a view. I can tell. We can grow Krakoan habitats anywhere, Dad, and they all link back to the main island, so I figured, well, why settle? As they're soaking in the view of Earth from the moon. And it cuts to a grill, and someone is asking, want to explain what you are doing? Inside this device, an inferno burns. That fire matches the one inside of me. Do you see? I was born for such things, and I will not stop until these all-consuming flames have. Yeah, you're not listening. I want my steak rare. You put the meat on the fire and expect what? The fire not to be fire? Wolverine looks at him. You know I'm gonna fight you. Peace, warrior. Because you are valiant and have earned my respect, I will give you a steak rare. Thank you. Medium rare. Woof! Wolverine responds, you son of a... And it picks up with Cable asking some questions like, does it have a thermal scope? Mine has a thermal scope. A holographic thermal scope? Of course. To be clear, that's insufficient armor when facing a Strontonian Alpha, but yes, always. Here, however, is the real shimmer in the Celestial Eye. It has antimatter rounds. Oh my god. I have to have it. Mom, is this cool if I trade guns with Raza? Set the table first. Oh, I made tea, but I do believe it needs sugar. Of course it does. Thank you, Chad. As they go to the dining room, Prestige is being asked some questions. So, a question have I. All your clothes, spikes on them they have. Or a special occasion is this? Yes. Then another hard drink for another hard girl I am getting. Sure, but not the purple stuff. Fantastic. Jean Grey shows up. Hey, just in time. Gabriel's almost done burning dinner. Fantastic. Did you give your dad his present? What's this? What's this? I hadn't said anything yet, but I guess we're doing it now. Hey Alex, you got that thing? Yes, I do. Here you go, old man. It's nice. A plant? A flower? Okay, I don't get it. It's a Krakoan gate, Dad. Linked with one that we have here in the house. All you need to do is plant it in the Starjammer, and no matter where you are in the universe, you'll always be just a short walk away. Well then, I love it. It's good to see you, Dad. Yes, Father, your visit warms my heart, which is already aflame. It's like pouring heat upon heat. It's the fire of 1,000 suns. Okay, Gabe, he gets it. I'm only like this because I grew up without a strong male role model. Alright, it's been a good day, the first of many. Let's eat. Later, Cyclops and his dad are both in the kitchen. Got stuck doing the dishes, huh? It's my night. Well, move over then. You wash, I'll dry. Actually, that's not how this works. I just spray this Krakoan goo all over them, and it eats all the bacteria and waste. Then, when it converts that into various elemental gases, it just evaporates, leaving behind clean plates. Son, that's disgusting. I think I'm gonna vomit. No, disgusting was when Krakoa tried to grow us edible plates that also improved what is considered to be abnormal biological functions. The plates and the goo were a compromise. My boy, your world has changed. Well, forgive my simple-minded human observation. Dad, no, listen, you've always lived a dangerous life and it cost you over the years. But what you're doing here now, it feels even more dangerous. I'm worried about you and your brothers. Here's the thing I've figured out, Dad. There's no end to the number of things on Earth or hell out there in the universe that want to kill us. They never stop coming, they never will, we're all the same that way. So sure, I'm a fighter, I will never stop fighting for what I believe in, but I also live here, surrounded by the people I love. So I'm done focusing on things that I'm done focusing on the things that want me dead, and I'm choosing to spend my days focused on the things that make me want to live, okay? Okay, you're a good boy. It transitions to the Orcus Fort. Memories are fine, legacy is better, but in losing him, we lost more than that. I know, but, well, I guess now is as good a time as any. Would you like to know a secret, Director? What's that? I know how to bring him back. Alright everybody, so that was a perfect ending to X-Men issue number 1 by Jonathan Hickman. Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments. Go ahead, like, and subscribe if you could. We will pick up next on X-Men issue number 2 by Jonathan Hickman. So I wish you guys the best and have a good day.